Welcome to the forest of dead branches. I mean, good luck climbing these trees here, because now that it's winter, I can actually show you fully just how difficult these trees are. Like this is a branch climber's nightmare. Let's take a look at this one, for example. This tree obviously starts without any branches, but even when you get to the first branches that are, I haven't measured it, but I would assume that's about 40 feet, you realize the branches are dead. So imagine you climb all the way on this branchless tree. And obviously the reason why they're like that, and you see the other branches as well, obviously the reason why they're like that is because they don't get enough sunlight, and combined with the cold weather in this country, it just makes for a very bad equation. Like take a look at this one here, for example. Let's see. What do we have here? This one right here, if we move up, there are two branches there, and like sure, I can climb all the way to those first two branches, but my pride wouldn't allow me. I would have to go higher. I would have to go and all the way. It's almost 100 feet all the way up, like actually all the way up. But the thing is that it's just the branches are not strong. They are dead, and even if they have leaves, they practically are as strong as if they were dead. So not very helpful. Definitely not very helpful. And obviously this one as well. I actually tried to climb this one before, and this one goes up, and just there, it's like it splits into two, but that's about it. And the branch, obviously that branch is dead. Those branches are dead over there, and it's actually empty on the inside. Like when I was climbing it, I could actually feel this thing is empty on the inside. Like most of these trees are actually, the reason why they have cracks in them, so you can look, this like the bark is starting to peel off, right, and it has a crack in it. And if you look on this side, you can see that it has a pretty big crack in it. The reason they have these cracks is because they're actually dead on the inside. So you'll notice that these trees are actually barely, I don't know how they still have leaves, I don't know how they're still living. They're like kind of like the equivalent of like a person who is on the verge of just like on the deathbed, I guess. And yeah, if you take a look at all of these extremely tall trees, but just dead branches everywhere. 100 feet, if you can climb all the way up, over 100 feet actually, like this one right here that I'm walking towards. This one, you notice that goes up, and it has like a dead branch. That's a dead branch. Like the first branch is a dead branch, and then it goes up, and then the other branches are also dead branches, and all the way until the very top is just dead branches. And you cannot see it from here. It's just hard to catch it on my phone. It's hard to catch it, but it's extremely tall, and all of that is just dead branches. All of that is just until the top line, until there, it's just dead branches. So if I film it from here, you see how tall it is. It's just dead branches everywhere. And the only ones that are kind of an exception, a little bit, are the ones that have sunlight. These are the ones that I'm climbing usually. That one right there I filmed in a video. The problem is that my pride doesn't let me climb down until I've reached the very top. So it's like, for me it doesn't really work. It's like kind of doing like a half-assed climb. Like there's a reason why they call it half-assed. For me, if I only climb all the way up, like if I only climb halfway up, it feels half-assed for me, and I don't want to do that. So I just choose the trees that are just good in the first place, because if a tree that is dead, like sure you can climb on that. I could climb on any of these trees for a certain height, because I know branchless climbing, and actually my record is about 60 feet like my until the first branches. That's kind of like my record usually. So this one, I just climbed this one today, and the first branches, like this one in front of me, the first branches that are here, they're like 55 feet up, and this is the I've climbed this one today, and it's like right there, 55 feet up. First branches. If I actually point with my finger, first branches right there, and I actually climbed it all the way. There's actually like a small branch until there, but it's just too small. It doesn't count. It's like I don't think you can even see it. It's very very small. Like not doesn't help for anything. I could literally just break it accidentally while climbing. But and obviously it's dead branches. Even the first branches, like things like one or two branches that are not dead, but the other ones are dead. It's just dead branches. So yeah, this is truly the forest of dead branches. So definitely, I can still climb like because I know branchless climbing. I can climb around, let's say, 60 feet. You know, 50, 60 feet up, and then just slide down on the trunk. You know, I can climb until I get to the first dead branch and then slide back down. But I would not be able to climb all the way up. That's for sure. I'm not even going to hide that. I would not be able to climb up all the way up on these trees. Most of them, most of them, and I have to be honest about that. But any like I could go, like I've said, I could go to any of them and I could just like start hopping, and even if it's dead, as long as it doesn't literally like the whole thing falls over with me on it, you know, I can still like hop it up until I get tired and then slide down on the and then that's kind of what I'll have to do for most of these trees, I guess. But it's just my pride doesn't like my pride doesn't let me do that, so I just keep pushing myself, and even if it's dangerous, I'll try climbing it, even if I know it's kind of hard or it's dangerous. I know that from my experience, it's not very reliable to tell myself I'll stop middle way, because I'll still try to climb it all the way up, even if I know theoretically it's not possible. So I just don't attempt. I just climb the ones that are healthy to begin with.